Hello and welcome to Modern Toy Fair Reviews. Today I'm taking a look at the Hasbro Fortnite Victory Royale Mancake Deluxe figure. Let me know in the comments below if you've managed to grab one, since he has been pretty difficult to get a hold of, or if you're still looking, or if you're still on the fence if you even want one. And as always, please make sure to like and subscribe, helps us out here on the channel, and make sure to give us a follow over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. But that's enough chitter chatter, let's go ahead and get at her. Okay, let's start with how he turned out. So the first thing you'll notice is obviously his head is made of a stack of pancakes. You got his mustache, his eyes, you've got this really great like translucent syrup dripping down from under his hat, which looks fantastic. On the hat you've got some stitching. Top of the hat you've got more of that syrup, which kind of goes from like a dark brown to a lighter brown. You've got the kind of scarf here that has all these great textures and colors. You got the butter bandolier, which just looks ridiculous, and I love it. And then the sculpt for his poncho is incredible. Like, you'll notice throughout it, it's got all of these, like, weathering details and all this texture and even, like, the extra, like, lines at the end. Same thing with where the scarf kind of comes out from underneath it, and even on the belt, you've got some incredible textures. Like, the amount of detail work that goes into these figures for the Fortnite line is incredible. I mean, doesn't have quite as many paint apps as I'd like for some of the things, but it's not bad. As you can see, the handguns do go into the holster, which is nice. So it goes in pretty easy like that. Even down the pants, well, it's all just kind of the same color, except for the kneecaps, slightly different shade. You got that texture to make it look like pants. You've got the like stitching going down the sides of the legs on each side, and then even on his cowboy boots, like, they've got all sorts of detail in there. You've got the spurs on the back. The bottom doesn't have anything, but who cares about the bottom? Back of them real quick. So you've got more of that lovely texture from the scarf, and the hat looks great. And then the butter bandolier has a little hole for his back bling. Elbow pads are actually painted. More of the same textures from colors from the front. So they absolutely killed it, in my opinion. Alright, so as far as articulation goes, you do have the ball joint at the top for the head made of pancakes. The scarf is a separate piece, so it kind of can move in and out of its way. You can get pretty far forward and back and side to side. And then the arms are a little hindered. This is a softer plastic, so you can get about out to 90. Probably couldn't get both arms that way at the same time, though. It does move forward and backwards. Then you also have the butterfly joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You do have the forward pin for the trigger finger, just twist all the way around. And then underneath here, I'll show you, you do have an ab crunch with the mold, and then you also have the waist joint, so you can get pretty far forward and backwards without it getting too much in the way. It does twist around as well. And then bandolier, or not bandolier, I'm sorry, the holster does get out of the way when you're moving the legs because it is a softer plastic too. So you can get quite a bit of range. You got the thigh swivel, you've got, or thigh cut, I guess, technically. Double jointed knees to about there. And then you've got the ankles, which you can twist all the way around and forward and back. And you can get him in quite a bit of poses, so you definitely no worries there in the articulation side of things. The hardest part is really just the ankles. You have to get them at just the right angle to balance them out. But once you do, it's great. Okay, on to accessories. So we have his alternate face, which doesn't have the mustache or the hat. It's just the syrup with the butter on the top and the angry eyes. Just have a little plug in there. And then real quick, just to show you how that works. So you take him and you pop that head off. Actually, let me show you. The plug-in is very specific on which direction you go, which is odd because the pancake part is pretty much the same all around. And then you just pop this on like so, and voila. There you have the alternate face. So also you get two of these little pistols here. Got some like waffle engravings on the handle. You've got no hole in the barrel though. And then the back bling is a money bag with some great textures. but it's ripped open to reveal that he's just stealing some pancakes. And again, with this, to show you real quick, it is a little more difficult because he has so many layers. You have to line all three, the bandolier, the poncho, and the hole in his back up. But once you do, it just pops right in. And then you have his pickaxe, which has the pancakes at the end of the barrel of this lever action rifle. It has this really great wood syrup look at the end. And then you do get the Scar assault rifle from the game, and then his little thing of syrup with the pancakes on the front and the syrup dripping from the top. Looks really cool. And then the big accessory, you get the cannon, which the wheels do pop on and are movable. They move pretty well. I did realize very quickly you had to do it a certain way. This little piece here that normally you'd use to decide like how high the cannon sits actually screws in and out, like an incredible detail for a figure that you just wouldn't expect. And then here's how it scales with him. It's about waist height. Quick size comparison. So here he is with the Valaverse Scarab and then the Victory Royale Ripley. So both scale really well. Obviously Ripley's in the same line. Here he is with the Mafex Batman and then good old Marvel Legends Jon Favreau. Scales pretty well with both of them because he's a little taller, which, I mean, if he's a man made of pancakes, I wouldn't expect him to be normal human size anyway. Here we have Super 7 Raphael and a returning favorite from the good old days of Modern Toy Fair, the Pimp Daddy Destro. He scales pretty well with Pimp Daddy. You can see the height isn't too terrible right there, but him and Raph, I mean, it's doable, but it's not great. I feel like the Super 7 figures are a little too beefy to fit with some of these lines. Move him aside here for the Marvel Legends Armadillo. Sorry, I forgot his name. He's very, large, works out perfect. Last up, we have the box art, and it's got that kind of new, very less plastic packaging. You got the great artwork on the front, Fortnite logo, Hasbro logo at the bottom. You got all the accessories listed here on the side, Fortnite on the top. Got all the legal stuff on the bottom. Artwork continued on the side, nothing on that side. Back has a picture of him, all of his accessories, the cannon, more of those warnings, don't choke on this, all that fun stuff, no matter how delicious he looks. So this is definitely how Hasbro should do the Marvel Legends packaging, honestly. Okay, so overall, I think Hasbro killed it with this. Compared to some of the other lines, the Fortnite line seems to be getting the most love because they are able to get so much more value for your dollar than Star Wars or Marvel Legends. I mean, all the accessories we got, and even, I mean, the cannon, the amount of detail with the fact that it's, pretty much zero reuse. And yeah, it was still $40 for a deluxe figure when some of the other lines Hasbro has were paying $35 for things that barely come with any accessories and have a lot of reuse. So kind of do with that what you want, but this figure is probably my favorite in the Fortnite line so far. I really hope we get some more fun characters, and 100% blame Robo of the Foosh for this new obsession with the Fortnite line. But that's going to wrap up this review, so make sure to like and subscribe, helps us out here on the channel. Go ahead and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. Go and follow us on twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair so you can catch our Wednesday night streams, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go over our weekly purchases. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thanks for watching.